Well, good morning, people. Good morning. As you can see, I'm up here in the train because today's conversation is going to be a little serious. I've been trying to think about my relationships and all the things that I went through and all the things that I've gone through with people. Uh, Long distance. A lot of people say that when people are in a long distance relationship, they're really in love with each other. They care about each other. They do things for others. But here's the main thing that I want to try to get through in a long distance relationship. Can it survive? Can it survive through all the jealousy, through all the madness out there, the temptations that go on in the streets, especially in the life. Well, good morning, Miguel. Glad to see you, dear. Uh, I see. Well, yeah, that's my moderator. So if anybody wants to get crazy, that's it. But I just want to ask questions about how do people think? Have they ever been in a long distance relationship? Have they did it survive, or was it because of some breakdown of communication that allowed them not to be together anymore? Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, dear. Glad to see you. How you doing? Yeah, I since my StreamYard is back up, and I think I'm able to invite guests in it again. Miss Brown Sugar, good morning, dear. Good morning. I was going to have a conversation, especially with the ladies up in here. Let me see if yeah, it's working. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, all of it's working. Uh, I was going to have a conversation and probably try to get some men in on this conversation too. It's going to be I'm hoping it's being very interesting. Um, it's a thing that we need to talk about. It's a thing that people need to discuss and open up their minds. Me being an older man, an older adult, as I should say, an older man, I go through conflicts with younger people, with some young people, and some old people about relationships. So, I just want to give you my first thought and opinions on it and see if you ladies want to come up here. And if so, I'll drop the link. I will drop the link. Hopefully, I won't have any problems with that. And get you up here on the panel to discuss, do you think that a long distance relationship will last? You know, so I'm going to copy my clipboard, copy that screen, and let's see. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I should be back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm still here. I was just, like I said, uh, trying to get this link sent down to you guys. I don't know. Yes, I'm here. Well, yeah, I'm here. I'm back now. Trying to drop the link. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to drop the link. Yes, I'm here. I was trying to drop this link right quick so everybody could, so I can get my guest up. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, it says guest, drop link. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm just trying to see if people are up there. I know you're watching and waiting. Somebody help me. Okay, it says invite a guest. I'm doing that. Send this link to your guests. So I'm going to try to send the link. How in the hell? Is anybody there? Well, it dropped down to 6 people. So, Ligale, do you know how to drop links? Or Miss Brown Sugar, do you know how to drop links? Oh, Cheryl, even if you're there, it doesn't make any difference because I'm on this phone and I don't know why this phone is not letting me drop my link. Okay, you know what? I think I know what to do here. Let me go back. Shoot. Okay, I think I know what to do. I should have copied my link and I wasn't copying it to send to you guys. I know I'm going off and on, off and on. I'm kind of nervous about this today, doing this too. That's another thing. I'm really kind of nervous about this. Uh, yes, I'm so glad that you guys are sticking with me this morning on this topic because I just want to see how people feel about this. You know, I just want to see how people feel about this comment and this situation of people, being in long distance relationships. Really. Okay, let me try it one more again because it says guest, invite guests. I'll invite my guests. I see where it says I can have up to 10 people up here. So I'm hoping to be able to get 10 people up here. And okay, I think I had to post it to the chat. And if that's the case, I think I just did. Apparently, it's not working. Uh, uh, Yeah, well, I just wanted to see if I could do this morning. People, I'm gonna try to get this shit together here. I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna try to drop my link again, like I said, because I don't see anything in the private chat either. So yeah, you hear all that noise. That's something else. That's my other phone because I was gonna have call-ins, but I don't think I can have call-ins done. Let's see. Close that out. Yeah, I'm. If you guys could just be patient with me as an old man, because really I'm so nervous about this, and I've done something. I'm here. Can you guys hear me now? I came back up in the studio. I'm trying to get things situated. Can you hear me? Because I know I can post stuff. I mean, I'm doing that right now. Everything's coming up. I just need to see if I morning all. Yeah, Miss Brown, baby. Can you guys hear me? Put them one. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. All right, I can't. I'm trying to get my link up for you guys so I can do this show because I want, like I said, I want different people's opinions. I want things to be said. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I'm just getting tired of being told about shit. You know, yeah. Hey, sure. At least you guys are talking with each other. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to hurry up and get this my post my stream so you guys can come up and give me your opinion on this. Yeah, I got a message from somebody, and I don't want to put the business in the street, so I'm just keeping it. I'll just keep it private. Okay, let me go in here and invite. Let me see, invite guest. Once again, I like you guys. Like I said, guys, copy the clipboard. It's copied. Okay, I'm gonna go out of there, go into more, post my comment. It doesn't want to. It doesn't want to go. Okay, there it is. Let me see what comes up in this chat. Okay, there it is, folks. I got it. Thank God I've got it. I see somebody I see my girl has turned into her changed her earth tone shit. So, you know, yeah. See, when you're in a relationship, things change. And I noticed a lot of things have changed about people being in long distance relationships. The computer, the ads and all that stuff. So if you guys ain't nervous about hitting the link, hit the link and I will try to bring you up. I hope I don't have as much problem bringing you up as I did copying my link and pasting it to the damn board. Yeah, it's kind of long without. I mean, it's kind of strange without me playing music and all this stuff. But like I said, I got 7 people watching. If somebody's not, or just start typing into the chat, about what you think. And my opinion on can long distance relationships work? No, no, they can't. Uh, I don't care about what a person says or how they try to express themselves about life. I don't think they can work. I really don't, you know, because you do so much. There's a lot of jealousy, uh, hatred out there in the world. And when it gets to the person that you care about or that you want to care about, there's always that little demon whispering in their ear, you know. That's what I'm saying. Um, you try to keep away from that green-eyed monster of jealousy, especially when it comes to men. Men are more territorial than women are. Women can go out there and they can do anything they want to do and say anything they want to say. Yeah. Okay, I got one guest up here. Uh-oh, my moderator's up. So I'm gonna invite my moderator, y'all. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, let me go back and do this again. Add you to the stream.
Hey.
Well, hey, well, you damn, I'll be damn. I finally got it.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's a lot harder doing this way than it is just getting on there and playing music and you guys don't come up and say anything. Cheryl Burnett says no, they don't work. Neither does a person's relationship. Experience is the best teacher. Cheryl, no, they don't. You just said no, they don't. Neither does a person's relationship. Well, it depends on what you're talking about, the person's relationship, his personal relationship, or the relationship that he wants to perform with that woman. Uh, oh, prison. I'm sorry, dear. You know what? I misread that. I'm multitasking this morning. I'm trying to multitask. Well, well, that's another thing. Prison relationships don't work at all. I know they don't. Good morning, Egyptian goddess. Good morning, grand rising to you too, my dear. I know what you're saying. Now, sure, I know what you're saying. Now, yeah, prison. Okay, baby. Okay. Whoa, Arlene. Arlene says, I'm in a long distance relationship, and not one day have I been jealous. It's about the foundation and trust and the individual character. Wow. You said you're not jealous, Arlene. You don't worry about the man going out there, being on YouTube, talking to his women on YouTube, coming up, doing things. I'm just asking a question now. I mean, and it depends on how long distance the relationship is too. You know,
Yep.
a lot of people don't know that my distance travels over some 4,000 miles. So wow, like halfway around the world maybe. But it's getting to the point now where it's falling apart. So I'm willing to. Do I accept it or do I try to fight for it or what? Being as an older gentleman, as you ladies know up in here, our Carmen says she knows his character. Oh, his essence. Well, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that you saying that about him. But has there ever been a time though? Obviously, you guys must have met before you separated long distance. Now, I'm not trying to be too nosy. Like I said, the opinions expressed on here are of the people in the chat. Where did you meet the guy and then y'all separated long distance, or did you meet him? You know, we are older as well. Oh, okay, you're older people. Okay, say for instance, you're older. You guys are older. Well, say for instance, he had been an older man. Like I said, when I mean older man, say like my age, 72, and the woman was 48, going on 50. So, do you think those kind of relationships, and a lot of it does have to do with age too? I have to admit, a lot of it does have to do with age. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of it has to do with age. So, say for instance, you got a it does have to be a man that old. It could be a woman, 65. Her boyfriend's 45. Well, I know it's hard for you women to picture that kind of stuff, but I'm just saying. Uh, Gail, give me your opinion on it. I'm going east with this shit. I'm going left and right with this shit.
For me, I would say it can work if you guys are communicating, and it has to be communication on both ends, and it has to be trust on both ends. And
Okay.
I feel like if it's not trust on both ends, and people can find a way to get into that relationship,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
not gonna work. And the whoever the person is have to be a strong minded person to not allow things to come into that relationship. But I do feel like that they it can work.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's like, in as far as whether, if there's a breakdown in that communication, then it's not gonna work.
Okay. Here's another interesting point the Egyptian goddess puts in. In many cases, an individual can live in the same city and not be faithful, no matter the age. It's about the morals and characters of both
Yep.
parties.
Yep.
And you know what? I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Actually, communication is enhanced because we have to listen more carefully and express in different ways. And that's true. And that's true. We do. All that stuff is true. But like I'm saying, with long distance relationships, the expectations are more highly regarded than, say, for instance, living in the same state, same town, or even the same country. You see what I'm saying? Now, what if you got a relationship that's out of country like mine, and you know your communication has broken down? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're
My,
right. You're right, Carmen. It is about character. Go ahead, Gail.
also too, with situations like that, it's like, I mean, you as well, you as the woman, or you as the man, have to know the person that you're with.
Well, here's what I'm saying. How can you know the person that you're with if you're not physically with them, but you're socially contact with him. You're in contact with him socially, but the communication breaks down. Say, for instance, if I quit calling, or I say I'm going to call and I don't call when I say I'm going to call, and things get a little hectic, and uh, you know, it's just that you don't do the things that you say you're going to do, in like you did in the beginning. Like in the beginning, you used to call every day, used to text every day, used to send messages every day. But then when I get to the point to where, if I'm, say for instance, me, if I'm cheating, I don't call you every day, I don't text you, but I've been doing this. You see what I'm saying? And the same
Yeah,
goes for the woman, because a
yeah,
man will sit up there. Men have feelings too now. Men have feelings too. If this woman is going to say she's going to do something, or she's going to do this and that, and they've been doing it all along, and then all of a sudden it changes, and it's hard for him to get in touch with her, or it's hard for him to even get her, get with her, period. I mean, there's a communication breakdown there. So, you know.
but with that, I mean, there are going to be times when you're not going to be able to call when you say you're going to call. There are
Hmm.
going to be times when something may come up, and you know, that's like I say, that's when you as that person, let that person know, hey, listen, I know you said you were gonna call at a certain time or whatever. Just let me know. Just let the person know that there was a situation that came up. That's all. I mean, to me, I mean, there are gonna be times when you're not able to call right then and there, or or something like that, or text right then and there, or something like that. I mean, because you might be somewhere and you're not able to call at that point.
Okay. Okay. Well, if anybody else wants to come up, the link is dropped. I think I got correct, Arlene. That correct. That's what I'm saying. When communication breaks down, you know, when communication breaks down on that end, and then they make excuses, or well, the excuse that you get, or the Wi-Fi is messing up all the time, but yet you see them on Wi-Fi all the time. That's, to me. Then you're starting to lie about stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it does. Takes less than a second to communicate via text, and you're right about that. It does take less than a second. But when like, if, say for instance, ladies, you see your man over on Messenger or IG or whatever, and he's active, he's on there. You text him, but he doesn't text you back. What's the first thing? Yep, those are red flags. So in other words, when a person stops doing or acting or portraying themselves as what they're supposed to be, then that should be a form of a red flag. Uh, I'm just saying. I'm gonna
But I
try to.
mean, but I guess with that, I mean, my thing with that is just because the person may be active or whatever, does that mean that they're doing something?
Mm, see, that's where we have to sit down and talk about things. Arlene Commons says yes. Yep. Facts. Yeah. Well, those are red flags. Egyptian goddess said, Arlene, facts, and Arlene says yeah. So, and what did you say, Gail? Because I didn't get this. I'm trying to.
My question is just because you see a person active on Messenger,
Right.
does that mean that that person is actually doing something? That I mean that's my question because sometimes they could be on another, that their thing could be connected to like YouTube or something like that, and they could be on YouTube. Does that really mean that that person is on Messenger with somebody else.
Well, you know, that's like you said, like I said too. That's where communication is very important. And if you started out, here's what I'm saying: you started out talking on you know together, and all of a sudden now things aren't the same. You don't get the calls or anything like that. You know.
Mm-mm. Hey, you guys, can you hear me? Oh, okay. He's back.
Okay, I'm back. I
Okay.
actually, yeah. Boy, I tell you what, I miss Travelocity and glad to see you this morning. Miss Velocity, Miss T Velocity, we were talking about relationships, long distance relationships, and if they can work or not. I'm just asking a question of people, especially women and some men, because a lot of men don't even want to get into that conversation because, as most women say, well, if you don't do this, you don't do that, he's cheating. A lot of men don't cheat. Okay. Uh, myself, I would rather just tell you, hey, look, it's okay for you to see people and it's okay for me to see people. But to me, that's not being in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? So, and then I'm just wondering, Miss Travelocity says yes for some and not for me. Well, I can understand that, dear, because you travel a lot. So, but here's what I'm saying. Jealousy in a relationship is the biggest green-eyed monster there is. And especially I've been seeing it, and I'll say it again, old as I am, and all my relationships I've been in, it starts with the woman first because I forgot to do certain things, or I didn't do this, or I didn't show proof. And that's another thing, always having to show proof for something. That's crazy. Why do we have to prove to each other about what we're doing? You know, so that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Okay, I got two guests that's up here. Let me invite Miss Travelocity is there. Adding you to my stream, dear. Hello.
Hi, Liz. How are you? Hi, Mr. Trelocity.
Travelocity.
Diva, nope, nope. I'm coming to correct y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, dear, you're coming to correct us. Uh-oh,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
I'm coming to correct you. No, good morning, Mr. C. And Miguel, good to see you, sweetie.
Good to see you too.
You sure about that? Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh, It's
Mr. Mr. Williams, I'm gonna get you. My name is Miss T Velocity.
Miss T Velocity. Okay,
Miss
Miss
T.
Like
T.
we sipping tea.
Hey, now here comes the tea, y'all. I'm getting ready for it.
Hi,
I'm
how are
at,
you guys doing?
All
I'm
right.
doing great. We're doing great.
Good.
Having fun. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, Mr. Williams.
Well,
I'm
How are
doing
you?
just fine.
I sneak in on you every once in a while. I
I,
listen to you, darling. I
you
do.
know
I
what?
listen to you.
I truly appreciate all the support. You sure do. And I listened to you, and we was jamming the other day at your party. So, listen, this is a great conversation.
Hmm.
I'm glad you having it, Mr. Carruthers. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back and forth. Listen, you for me, I
Uh-huh.
don't like long distance relationship. Not so much in the trust factor, but just because I don't think they as intimate as somebody being there and you spending time with someone because that's how you build a relationship.
Right.
But you also build relationships from conversation.
Yep.
Hmm.
So I don't know, but I don't like them.
Yeah. Well,
And
it
it may
says,
be a trust thing.
yeah. And see, when you have those conversations, you want people to be honest about them. But a lot of times, as they do anywhere else, they'll stretch the truth or say something that they know they can't do. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's what I'm looking at, because I me being an older man, and everybody knows I got a younger woman and she's real young. I have those times and moments, not only with her but with other people, always saying crazy shit to me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
Mhm.
I don't want to feed into that, because I want to be able to tell these these persons that are saying shit or talking shit that, hey, look, life is too short for all this worrying about stuff. You
Mhm.
know, yeah.
Mhm.
And if you're not lying about it, don't worry about it. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Exactly.
But
No,
see, but a lot of people, they'll have a tendency to lie about things that they do or the things that they say, and then when the truth needs to be told, you're afraid to tell it.
but
Say,
Mr. Carruthers, they do that right in front of you. It don't have to be long distance. People lie. And that's where the distrust come in, and that's where you start having problems with a relationship, whether it's
Mhm.
close by or
mm-hmm,
long distance. Once you lie, you broke my trust. So it's hard for me to really ever trust you again. And that's crazy because you should forgive, because everyone tells a little white lie. But
right,
especially
Cammy,
if you distance, people get really, real leery
really,
of you
yeah,
being in the relationship. It's because damn, you way you over there in yonder. I can't see you. I don't know what you're doing. And anytime you have to have
there
a
you go,
relationship where
yeah,
somebody gotta constantly call you, that's a
yeah,
trust factor.
right, right.
Yep,
Uh,
that's a trust factor right there.
oh, say, Cammy, you're on camera, dear. Do you want to come up on camera? Okay, all right. I'm bringing Cammy up on camera, y'all. I
Mm.
hope this works, y'all.
Hey,
Adding you to the
Sassy
stream.
Boo.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm getting
Hey,
ready for work, so but I love this conversation. I just got off the phone with Big Papa. I just got off the phone with because see, it's about
Ma'am, ma'am,
it's
can I just
yes.
say something right quick? Turn your name tag around, please.
Oh,
Tell her to
sorry.
turn. Yeah, don't take
yeah.
your name tag off. Take
Oh,
it
yeah.
off.
Take the name tag.
Take
Yeah,
your
your
name
name
tag
tag.
off,
Okay.
love. You may
Thank
not know,
you.
but we in the area
W-
where
we
certain things
know.
like that aren't
Yeah.
safe. So sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
go
No
Thank.
ahead.
problem. But thank you. I just got off the phone with Big Papa, right? It's about and you see I can't even stop smiling just thinking about him.
Right,
We've
right.
been in a long distance relationship now for 3 years.
Mm.
Really,
Mm.
it's because we're a state away, and I wasn't ready to move where he is. I don't like his state, and I'm comfortable in where I am. And we agreed that the only time I'm moving is if I get a platinum diamond ring on this finger right here,
Mm.
Oh,
encrusted
okay.
in rubies.
Mhm.
But he wakes me up. It's about character. I know, and we're both 3 years apart. Like I'm 51, so he's 53, whatever.
Right, right.
I feel it's about character and trust. For me, the communication is better actually because you're forced to talk in different ways. Like I could pick up if he get on the phone, I know exactly if something went wrong with his day. Like you get to, because you're not there with the person, you now are more, it's just like a blind person, their hearing gets better, right?
Mhm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
a person with sight and they can't hear, the next sense takes over. So
Mhm.
when he calls me, and he's a man, very proud, Air Force, military, like that.
Mm.
Right.
Mhm.
So he not wanting to show his like if something's wrong,
Emotions.
but
Mhm.
because I'm now in tune with it, I could say, babe, what's wrong, what happened, just,
Right.
and he does the same thing to me. I think what it has to be is maturity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maturity is if the two people want to make it work, they'll make it work. If
Exactly.
one doesn't, it ain't gonna work. I don't. If the other party wanted and one doesn't, it's not gonna work, right?
Yeah.
Period. And you have to start the foundation with trust. I have not one day. Now I can't tell you one day. I think more about, I hope, as the black man, I hope he don't get killed because all these people, I think more about his safety than him cheating with anyone. That's how
Mm.
bad it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
when
Yep.
I see it's 8 o'clock, I'm like, baby, you out in the street, you need to go
Mhm.
home. I think more about I think more about him being safe in the world that we live in today
Hmm.
than with him being with, because his, it's just, I never have not thought about it. Only thing we laugh and play around when winter come, I'm like, I know you ain't wearing no gray sweatpants out, sir. You know,
Mhm.
Oh, in
Mhm.
other
I know you
in
ain't
other
going out in no
words,
gray sweatpants.
Put them
Okay.
great
yeah,
sweatpants down.
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like,
And you know
wait a
what?
minute.
I
And
would like
he'll
to give
say,
a man's point of view on this too, because I know you ladies are highly, highly opinionated when it comes to relationships. Men aren't as opinionated. Well, I guess because we were raised to be egotistical when it comes to our women. So I'm just saying, I love hearing it from you ladies, getting the ladies' point of view. And I also would like to say, I thank all you guys for always supporting me. And this is something that I'm going to try to do at least once a week. Ask these important questions when it comes to relationships.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yes.
you know,
It's a good topic.
It's a
And
good topic.
yeah, we definitely need to, converse more about it because we know, especially, and I'm just going to say this because I am a black woman, so I always refer to me and my culture. But
hmm
we having so many single black women and black men that we need to really try to converse a little more and see what the problem is because we know, and I'm just going from a biblical standpoint, that God designed man and woman. See,
right,
help me.
right,
So we know that's the way that we all should be in some type of relationship. And if you choose not to be in one, that's on you. But for the
that's
people who
right.
choose to be in a relationship, what is the problem that we are not connecting? Whether
Yep,
right.
you go
yep,
outside of your race or not, I am speaking as a black
Speaking of,
woman because I am a black woman. But if you
right,
choose to
Amen.
date outside your race, that's your thing. That's not my thing. But I'm saying there is a disconnect somewhere that we have so many failing relationships and then we have so many single people out there.
yeah. And,
mhm,
me being a black man and at my age, everybody knows I made 72 this year. I done had my gauntlet. I ain't
mhm.
going to say gauntlet. That sounds so. I've had my share of women, different women. Starting at the age of 16 with my mom's friend and a lot of people. That's another
Mm,
story
mm.
that's another
You,
story,
you
you
was a
know.
fresh one, Mr. Williams.
Wow.
Well.
Well,
Well,
I I don't, I'm not proud of it, but it taught me life's lesson. It taught me about women per se, not as individuals, but as a collective group. Because if my mom knew at 16 that I was messing with her friend and she was in her
mm,
50s, I'd have been that'd have
you,
been my mom would have been in jail. I'd have been motherless. You see what I'm saying? So
Yep.
mhm.
why would I tell my mother what I'm doing and she'll end up in jail and then I'm without a mother?
Yep.
Right,
So,
right,
Yep.
right.
and then the other side of it was, well, hey, boy, it was feeling good to you, so
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. I
I get
get
it.
it.
I understand.
I
yeah.
get it.
So,
So, Mr. Carruthers, you said you in that relationship with someone out the country?
yes, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Everybody knows Natasha.
Um,
I think they know her. So those that don't, they have. Other people have known her. Anyway,
Mm,
yeah, and it's kind of hard me being a man and trusting a woman outside the country that's really younger. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
I know how I was when I was younger and going with older women. So, you
Yeah,
know,
I
you
think
know.
remember also with
Somebody
like
sassy. I'm a, wait, excuse me,
That's
sassy.
what I
You
was
know
laughing
better.
at. Sassy, you need to stop it.
She
remember
needs to stop
also
it.
remember also that as we progress in life, we move into like a 30-year-old mentality is not a 50-year-old mentality. A 30-year-old is
Exactly.
thinking they have different goals, they have different targets, they have different thoughts. At 50, when that 30-year-old become 50, it changes. So
Yes.
when I personally, I'm like 50, gonna be 52.
Hmm.
I can't see myself with a 40-year-old because we're in different worlds. With the or a 30-year-old, I'm not in the. You know what me and him talk about is not what me and a 30-year-old would be talking about. What me and him talk about is how do we get stock in these chargers for these electric cars? How are we gonna get some residual income coming in? We talk about stuff like that. We talk about legacy building, going to Greece, traveling, history, politics.
Right. Right.
You know, so our mindset or what our communication is totally different from what I would have with a 40-year-old, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
true.
and so therefore we have to be careful about that. Now, not to say that there are 40-year-olds that's not, I'm not saying that they're not mature. It's just they're in another level. Like everybody's in a different level. And the level is affected by your environment, what you're
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah. That's
how you
true.
were brought up, how you like I'm Jamaican, so I was
Oh,
brought up in
welcome to the
a
family, dear. Welcome to the family. My dad was Jamaican.
I'm Jamaican, so I was brought up in a Jamaican culture, right?
Hmm. Right.
And those I saw my mom do certain things and to my dad and how they so I come up with that. Now that might not be for the next person, you know? So I feel like yes, we're all mature in our own ways, but we're also affected by how we grew up, our culture, our environment, and all of those three things come together and build your character.
Hmm.
Your character is what's important. Your character is what your trust is built on in that person, in my
Right.
opinion. So, for instance, I know his character. So,
Right.
there are certain things he ain't gonna do, period. He argue with me all the time to my Arlene, your what do you call it? Your social footprint is too large, you know. So you're digitally distracted because he's not into that, you know.
Right.
So I know what he's into. I know his character. I told you I just got off the phone with him. He wakes me up every morning at 6:30 on the dot, you
Hmm.
know, and it's formed. If those red flags, I haven't seen a red flag. I really haven't even thought about it. And it's
Right.
just because we communicate so much. Even though
Mhm.
like he's at work right now, I could tell you he's at 9 o'clock meeting. He's at work. He know I'm going to work. And then I know his meeting time. I got his schedule at work.
Hmm.
So it's about, and then his willingness to, here goes another thing. You were talking about like, oh, when this doesn't happen or text doesn't happen or whatever. It's about the willingness to be open, you know,
Right.
like
Just
if they're
gotta be
closed,
open.
closed, um, what do you think about that? No, I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to talk about that, you know? So they have to be open too. You got to be open. But if I don't see you being open now, then
Hmm.
I'm gonna say William, Big Papa William, what's going on? I'm gonna say, Poppy, I don't, and this is exactly if I feel. I mean, I really, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't felt nothing weird to you, so I'm making this up. But if we and we've had disagreements. Honestly, it's been on me, but we've had disagreements.
Yeah.
And but when we have a disagreement, we have this thing where we'll say, okay, we're not gonna let the night fall, even
Hmm.
though we're not gonna let the night fall until we talk about it.
Okay.
Period.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And
I
we're not
think
in the same state.
I I think I got the most sassiest sassy person up here with me. So sassy, I'm bringing you up, dear.
I love listen, I
Hey,
love
Sassy.
I love Miss Sassy to death. I love her so much.
Ooh, hey
Hi,
y'all. Good
Miss
morning.
Sassy.
Hey,
Hey,
sassy dear.
I was coming up here. I was like, oh my gosh, 4 people that I like. I really, really like. Miss Legal, it's been such a long time since we actually talked.
Hey, Mama. How
How
are
you doing?
you? I'm
Doing
doing
good.
good.
Good. What's up, Nurse Arlene?
I love you, Miss I love your conversations because that's your political talk. I love all history. I love it. I'm
Thank you,
Yeah,
always
love
girl.
your
listening.
shows. Love your
Oh,
shows, Mama.
ladies, y'all got to drop down. Y'all know we just be over there having a good time. Mr. William be over there kikiing it
Yep.
up with us.
Yep. I got a bar. I got a bar over there. Everybody in town.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Carruthers has a whole juke joint over there. Okay. What's up, Miss T? What's up, Queen Diva? Mr. William, yeah, I had to put my little jokey joke. I said Natasha. Oh hell, he like Nature Boy. He like transgenders now. Okay,
Oh, come
I'm an
on.
ally. I'm an ally. I
Hey,
ain't hating.
I
I
know
ain't
you. That's
Nurse Arlene, don't pay me no mind.
that's why I love certain content creators, and I know Sassy is one of the sassiest of them all. So I can say that really.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
love her too. I love when you say, "Don't put me in no box." I'm not
Okay.
in no
Yeah,
box.
that's true. And I agree with her that don't put me in a box because there's a world out there,
There
Yeah.
and the
is.
world is round. So far as that goes, put me in a world, put me in a circle.
Okay, I'm in the
Yeah,
circle. Okay, yeah, I can
right
go
in the
around.
circle.
I'll go around the circle, but exactly. But But hey, I don't want to. I didn't want to change the subject. I just wanted to say hey to everybody, and I also wanted to back up with Arlene. Are you changing your name? Am I gonna have to start calling you Cammy?
No, that's
Okay,
that's
okay,
just
okay. You know how people do that. Like I didn't know
because
if you
I
was
don't.
like,
Yeah, no, it's Arlene. It's
okay,
Arlene.
okay,
It's
because
Yeah.
Arlene. Okay, Arlene. Because I'm like, Cam, who is
right. I
Cam?
always call her Nurse Arlene because I'm like, that's how I met
Miss
her.
Arlene.
Yeah, so I just call her Nurse Arlene. Um, and I do that because I feel like people always put doctor in front of a doctor's name, rightfully so, and I feel like nurses deserve that same respect. So that's why I
Thank
do that for
you.
people.
Yes,
Thank
Absolutely.
Yes,
you.
yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for your service. But
Thank
I just wanted to back up what she was saying. It is an odd thing, and I wanted to back that up in in everybody knows, me and Langston dating, blah blah blah, but in I would have thought that cheating would have been, or lack of trust in regards to cheating would have been number one, and it was like number 90. It was not
Mm.
even really like that big of a factor. I'm not trying to be like, no, we haven't had a conversation about an ex-girlfriend or about an ex-boyfriend
Right,
or
right.
about social media. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the schedule that a long distance relationship two people can have is
Hmm.
very regimented at times. Like she's
It
Yeah.
saying,
is. It
like you
is. It
call
is.
a person at this time almost every single morning. You know what I mean? You
Right.
you talk to them at either, we both work from home. So you're like Arlene said, you know what time the meetings are, you know what time this Zoom. Oh, I gotta go. I got a one-on-one with my manager. I have
Yeah.
a one-on-one with my employees. It's like, because you're talking about almost way more than I think people talk when they
Yes.
actually see each other. And that
Yep,
is an interesting
yep.
dynamic, but that is exactly what happens. So I just
Yes.
wanted to back her up with that, because if I had not been in the situation, I don't think I would have necessarily believed it. Not to say that I would have thought she was lying, but I just would have been like, girl, come on. But
Yeah.
that's exactly what happens. This natural structure just starts to happen. So if the Negro is cheating, I guess he's getting in a little 15 minutes here and there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Okay, now
but the thing
now,
is,
okay.
you become
See,
so connected, right? That you're not even thinking about that. Like,
Nope.
I don't know how to explain it. And like I said, because you're not right there in his face, you
right,
tend
right.
to be more in tune. Like, I could tell you when something's not right.
Your senses
Yep.
are more
Your senses are
Yeah,
heightened.
I
keen.
could
Yeah,
tell
higher,
when
exactly.
he's feeling a certain way, or he's
Well,
not feeling well,
let
or
me ask this
whatever.
question, ladies. Do you think a man has those kind of senses about his woman?
Oh
I
yeah,
think he
for
Yes,
sure.
does. I
For
think
sure.
they.
yes,
I think they do. I really do. I
yes,
think a lot of times I feel like a lot of times men do.
yes, he does.
I really do. I feel like that they know exactly
Let me tell y'all
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
funny story.
what's going on.
Let me tell y'all. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, honey.
It's like, when you're in a relationship and you see a person every day, it's totally different. But when you're in a long distance relationship, it's like you have to find, as you say, find creative ways you know,
Stay connected.
to stay
Yeah.
Yeah.
connected
Stay
and
connected.
to do whatever it is that you're doing. So I feel like men have those same
If they care about you, yeah.
yeah, if they care
Yeah.
about you, they have that same thing.
Yeah.
I'll
But
tell
see,
you.
when it gets to a point though, I'm going to be honest with you, when a guy expresses himself like that, the first thing a woman hollers about is, you are jealous. Why don't you trust me, and all this kind of stuff. So that makes a man back off from actually expressing his feelings at times. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So they'll come right out there, you cheating. A man come out there and tell his woman that, she'll look at him like, how do you know that? How do you know that? How do you? Oh, well, okay. I don't have any intuition, so I'll just back off. I'm not a woman. I don't have any sixth sense. So
Well, I mean, that's a different relationship. I mean, excuse me, a different
Mhm.
conversation. If you're accusing a person of flat out cheating, that's different than what most men, or I don't want to say most, but what I've come across is they'll say stuff like, they'll lay down the law. I don't like my woman at a bar by
yeah,
herself.
yeah.
I don't like my woman, dressing a particular
Justin,
way. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
those are the signs of them trying to lay down the law as they see it. Now, albeit a fucking ridiculous sometimes. I mean, all restaurants have bars, so I may be sitting at a bar by myself. Sorry to tell
Yeah,
you,
yeah, that's true.
but that's their control and protection over trying to make sure that you're not out and about lollygagging around. You know what I mean? Like that, they may not come out and just say it, or they might not
Right,
even think that you are cheating, but they want to prevent it from happening.
right,
But they definitely, if they care anything about you, they're going to be in tune. You can answer the phone and they're going to say, "What's wrong?"
That's
Because
right.
you answered the phone
Oh
differently.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you answered the
Yep.
phone differently than you did the
Yep.
other 10 times before. And it could be really something wrong, or you could be tired, or it could be work or whatever. But there is immediately, yes, of course they're going
Yes,
to be in
it's
tune
true.
if they care about you. If they
Yep.
don't, then you should already know that, because the time and the effort is not even there anyway. You know what I mean?
right,
That's
right.
true.
And the
Yeah.
other thing with long distance relationships is it's not all about sex. So that takes, for the woman, that takes that initially, you know what I mean? Not to say that we don't want sex, but you know how initially when you're
Yeah,
vetting a person, that takes that off the table, because why would they continue to talk to you and get to know you when they know there's no possibility of sex?
right.
Mm.
Mhm.
So it's
I
not
agree.
a I would not. I don't recommend long distance relationships. That's the funny thing about me. I don't recommend online dating. I don't recommend long distance relationships. But we are in 2022, and they may happen to you. So I would just like for people to be open to it, because a lot of people just aren't meeting people where they are.
Right.
So why would you take that off the table and be lonely? You know what I mean?
Right,
And I call it lonely. People say they're not. Yet I know you can be alone and not be lonely, but companionship is a necessity for me in my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I break up with somebody, I already know, honey, shake the dust off and let's get to popping. Okay.
Shake, rattle, and roll. That's what
it. That's just that's how I was raised. You know what I mean? Like it was like not to be a whore or to be promiscuous, but that the companionship of a man is needed and is welcome. So I'm not a
so that's the same way I feel about with men too. It's not that, well, all women gonna say you whores anyway, but I never forget an old saying. And my mama used to tell me that. She said, a man can do no more than what a woman lets him do.
Period.
Period. So be it her single or married or in a relationship, and she's out there and another man comes up and whispers in her ear and she runs off with him and does things, that's because she wanted it done. A real woman will tell you that, hey, look, I got a man. You see, I don't need you whispering in my ear. Now, if you want to buy me a drink, thank you. Same way it goes. It should go with a man. He should never be out there trying to. He's got a woman at home, or even long distance. He's got a woman out there. Yeah, it's if a man didn't flirt with a woman, the first thing you're going to say is he's gay. But that's another subject, another topic too. But he shouldn't be out there either, trying to show his masculinity and being the, oh man, I got this, I got one here, I got one there, I got one here, and guys will get together and they'll say those kind of things, but deep down inside their heart, they know better.
Their heart is generally going to be with one woman over the other. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Can I say this before I go? I like what Yolanda said. It takes a lot of trust. I am settled in my ways. So long distance is easier for me. I don't want someone in my face every day. Mm-hmm. So for me, even though I'm not used to long distance relationship, I am used to men who travel for a living in some way, shape, or form capacity.
Right.
And so I have never wanted somebody in my space every single day. That's just not my thing, I do like a lot of attention. I like to talk. I like, what I'm saying? I like to cuddle. I like, physical touch. I have to have that. But I totally agree with her. Like every single day, it's a certain,
at a certain point, it's going to wear out.
Yeah.
I know.
Because we're at a certain age too, like, so say we're all the way from 40s to all the way to 72 on this panel. Well, I feel like once you get to 40 and you're not married or you haven't been with that person for a significant amount of time, we know 40 is when you start to kind of transition into, another phase of life. Right. And so if you're not already with someone by that time, then you have set things going on in your life. You have a structure of your own. You know what I mean? Maybe you go visit your parents on Wednesday night or on Sunday, or maybe you go to church with this, or maybe you still have kids at home, or whatever your situation is. It's a little bit more structured than it was in your 20s and 30s. And bringing someone new into that circumstance on a daily basis is going to disrupt it. And so I really feel like, and I'm not saying long distance, like I said, is the best, but even in my previous relationships, I'm not going to see them 7 days a week because they may be out of town 3 or 4 days of those. So then when we do see each other, I really believe in absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Right.
Thanks for letting me crash, you guys.
Well, no problem. It was good.
No problem. Yeah. I missed you Sunday, but I do. I do replays, so
I wasn't
that's
on
another thing.
Sunday. I wasn't on Sunday. I was.
Whoa, Mother's Day. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I was on.
Yeah,
I had a fabulous time with my parents, and
it was great.
my
Well,
mother was
I'm
milking.
glad to hear that.
Yes, honey,
Tell
my
your
mother
mother
was.
Happy Mother's Day.
Miss Legal, she was milking it. She was literally telling us stuff like, this lady is so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, y'all. She was literally saying stuff like, I need a water, but I can't do anything today. And we were like,
Oh, now.
it was so,
Oh, you
y'all,
must be doing
it was so fun. It
oh,
was so funny, y'all. She
You
was
that
knew
literally,
the signal. That means you got
yeah.
you
get
can
your
go
Get
in
up
there and
and
get
get the
her
get
water.
water. Exactly.
get us some water.
Oh, that is so
Absolutely.
one. That was so wonderful.
Absolutely. All
That's
right.
So wonderful.
awesome.
All right, I will see y'all in these streets, and I'll definitely see y'all on Sunday. And Mr. Carruthers, they say people steal everything over here. If I see you, I'm gonna remember this conversation. So we may pick this back up on Sunday. I think it's an awesome conversation and a
It
great
Oh,
is.
topic.
oh,
It
It
okay.
is.
is.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
is an awesome one.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Bye, y'all. Happy Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy
Here's
Tuesday,
to you
Sassy.
too.
Yes, see. Yep, she's gone. Okay, y'all. Like I said, I'm having a hard time with trying to hit the link again so I can get people up here, but I don't know what the heck I'm going.
Well,
Hey,
good.
This is
it takes time.
yeah. It takes time for me
It
to
takes time. So
yeah.
you're
Well,
doing
this
good. You're doing good so far.
Yeah.
was
So far so good.
wonderful. I'm gonna get ready now and get on the road for work. But
All right,
Alrighty.
honey. You have a safe day
You
at
have
work,
a
and
safe
I
day.
thank you for
thank
coming up.
you. Thank you. This was
Love you so
wonderful.
much. Okay.
Anytime you want to hear about Dave, anytime you want to talk about Big Papa, I'm right
Okay.
here for it.
Big Papa. Okay.
That's right. All right.
All right, honey.
Later.
Later.
Alrighty, later.
Bye.
All right. Well, I've had had a good day this morning. I'm gonna hit these. No, I'm not gonna hit the YouTube streets. I got to go out and take care of some business because, like I said, there's more to life than YouTube. If people think,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here. I got to go take care of some business and make sure that I keep things on track. Like I said, I was just wondering. I got some women up here, which I know that conversation was going to be good. Thank you, Miss Travelocity. I'm going to try to open my mind up more to women than the guys, because the guys have a tendency to jump down in the rabbit hole. They don't want to. So that's all I'm saying. Instead of coming up being men, and far as the trust and the conversation and not being around that person as much. I'll listen to you women. I'm writing notes. I took notes, taking notes down, and maybe that'll apply. Maybe I'll apply it to my life. Who knows? I don't know. But like I said, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well,
Yeah.
yeah, I will definitely throw out a ring a ling ling when I'm available. But as it stands right now, no, I'm not available right now, people. And don't lie about things so much. We can stretch the truth, but let's not lie about things. You know,
Yeah.
if that person asks you what you're doing, tell them what you're doing. If they don't believe you, well, that's on them.
That's on them. I mean,
That's on them.
you have to do what you have to do.
Hmm.
And I mean, it's like, like I said, if you can't communicate that, then I mean, and if a person is already jealous, I mean, I mean, that's something you have to think about too. But when you first start like I said, when you first start a relationship, if you're straight up and honest
Yeah. Oh
in
yeah.
the
Yeah.
beginning,
In the
then
beginning.
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there is no reason that person should be walking around feeling jealous and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
Thank
both
you.
of y'all.
Yeah, thank you, Yolanda. Yolanda, she says, Mr. William, continue to be exactly who you are. You have more experience, you have more life experience than most here, which is true. And I have most life experiences than a lot of people that I associate with on YouTube. Yeah, you have a great day too. Talented, great conversation. Congratulations on you. Thank you, dear. Thank you. But like I said, it may not be. I don't know yet. I'll get into that in a later conversation. But anyway, you guys, thank you for coming up. Thank you for making my day successful day. I'm still going to learn how to drop these links real quick if I have to go back on YouTube and re get the information again and step by step write it down. So, but there will be more people coming up. I will engage in more stuff. And I want to say to everybody out there about Mr. Jay Wilson. I'm going to have to speak on this. That's why I got the trains up right now. Uh, what was done to Jay Wilson, I'm not going to say that he deserved it, but he doesn't deserve it in my heart. I know better, because anytime you affect a person's livelihood, their job, and just because we get angry on these YouTube streets and dox people and try to get out and tell everything about the families and all this, I don't totally agree with that. Now, Jay Wilson has said some messed up things on his shows and stuff. He even got to me with a couple of things he said about me, and I just want to say he didn't deserve that. He did. Nobody deserves to lose their job. And people, this shit might go nationally. It might actually hit the news. There might be something that somebody, a little tabloid or a little hometown, pick up and boom. Oh, talented! You're so sensitive. That she's like me. She's sensitive too. I gotta say it. She's tearing up, but no human being deserves to be treated so badly until he loses his job or he wants to do things to himself that would take him out of here. And when I looked at Jay Wilson on those lives, I felt sorry for him. He's a man hurt. He doesn't know how to come back and get into the fold without lashing out at other people. Now, the only thing I can say is prayers to you, Jay Wilson. Hello, Jean. How have you been doing, dear? Yeah, I had a nice conversation earlier with some ladies about long distance relationships. And right now I'm running my mouth about Mr. Jay Wilson. And I totally don't agree with what happened to him, because I've been doxxed too. You know, I know I've been doxxed because Jay Wilson told me some stuff on the platform about myself, which, I don't care, because like I said, at 72, you can't go back and live my life in the past. You better look at what I'm going to try to do in the future. So I just hope people on YouTube will realize that all this calling it public information and putting it out there about a person to hurt them, and especially when it took away his livelihood, his job. It reminds me of another person that lost their job too, because she came up on YouTube platform and did some crazy stuff. Well, she didn't do crazy stuff. They said, and then people snowballed it. You see what I'm saying? Our hatred as Black people is different than it is with the other races and stuff. I don't know why it is or how come that happens like that, but I know Jay Wilson didn't deserve to lose his job. That's all I'm saying. What they should have done, struck his pages, get him, strike his page and all that, and do the little crazy things that we normally do to each other. But to call a job, 200 people calling his job, that's ridiculous. And I'm hoping out of that, there will be a silver lining. Some news agency will pick it up. Yeah, Jay Wilson will probably have his 15 minutes of fame, really, believe it or not. He will probably get his 15 minutes of fame, and then the snowball effect will come right back down to YouTube. And then people on YouTube are going to have to be careful about what they say or about what they do. Instead of being free spirited and joking and laughing and having fun. Well, with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. And I will see you guys maybe later on this evening, this afternoon, or something. But right now, I got to go out and take care of some business. And I will talk to you guys later on these YouTube streets. And Gail, thank you for coming up. I got to thank Sassy. I got to thank Miss T. I ain't gonna say T. I ain't gonna. I just say Miss T. Yolanda, honey, thank you for coming up. Everybody that's in here that gave me thumbs up and likes Queen Diva. Thank you. I'm trying to run, and I can't forget about Sassy. If I forget about Sassy, I know she's gonna.
Go get you.
Yeah, she'll get me. I try to get a lot of people. You know, I really try to run back and see the people that are here. I might say them twice. You know,
Miss
and
Nurse Arlene.
Nurse Arlene. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a lot of people that come up on my platform. Cheryl Burnett, 2300J, you know, even if they don't say nothing, I know they're there because, but I just want to say thank you all for coming and listening. And we will have some more conversations. When you guys see the train up, you know, it's going to be chat, talk. But when I'm up there in my obvious glory, oh, listen to me. It'll be music and fun in the chat show, guys, and you guys can talk to each other and dance and drink and get drunk and whatever. So with that being said, I will see you guys on these YouTube streets. Love you all and have a pleasant day today.
You as well, Mr. William.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.